I'm Sean White, and today we're meditating on digital detoxing. Technology can be stressful and may be linked to various mental health concerns, which is why I wanted to get this video out before the holidays. See, the week between Christmas and New Year's, in my opinion, is the perfect time to try a digital detox. Now, if you don't know what that is, a digital detox is when we give up either our digital devices completely for a set amount of time, or we limit the amount of time that we spend with them. During the holidays, many of us are already with family and friends, so the need to be on our devices is a lot less, unless we're trying to escape from them. We might be off from work, so another reason not to be on our devices. Or we may find the holiday season to be a stressful and lonely time, which is yet another reason not to be on our devices. So there's a lot to cover here. Let's get started talking about digital detoxing. The need to constantly check emails, texts, and social media can cause depressive symptoms and also increase our stress levels. It can also create sleep problems by causing anxiety, insomnia, and shorter sleep durations. Blue light from TVs, computers, and cell phones can disrupt melatonin production, which can cause sleep issues as well. While notifications on our phones during the night can also affect our sleep. Now, if you spend any time on social media, you may find that you periodically compare yourself to everyone that you're seeing, and this can cause symptoms of depression and loneliness, as well as making you feel like you're missing out on things. Now, all this constant connectivity can also easily blur our home and work-life boundaries. Since more people started working from home, constant checking of work emails or texts has become increasingly more common. Now, these are all the reasons why we might benefit from a digital detox. So what are some of the signs that you might need a digital detox? Well, let's go over a few of them now, right? If you feel anxious or stressed out if you can't find your phone. If you feel compelled to check your phone every few minutes. If you feel depressed, anxious, or angry after spending time on social media. I'll raise my hand on that one. If you're preoccupied with the likes, comments, or reshare counts on your social media posts. If you're afraid that you'll miss something if you don't keep checking your devices. If you find yourself staying up late or getting up early just to be on your phone. Problem. If you have trouble concentrating on things because you have to keep checking your phone. These are all reasons why you might need a detox. So let's look at a couple of different types that we can try out. So here are some types of digital detoxes to consider. The first type is a digital fast. This is really simple. This is when we give up all of our digital devices for a short period of time. It can be a day or a week or 2 weeks. And when that time is up, you go back to your devices. Now, another option is a recurring digital abstinence, which is also sometimes called a digital Sabbath. This is when you pick one day of the week to go device free. I remember I had a friend that wouldn't use his phone at all on Saturdays. So if you needed to get in touch with him, you had to call or text his wife. Right? Now, both of these types can be difficult and pose problems, especially if you're required to use your devices for work, or if you have children or elderly parents or medical issues. Just something that may require you to be available if something were to happen. So let's look at a couple of less restrictive detoxes we can try. You can do a specific detox. If there's an app, a website, or a game that eats up a lot of your time and prevents you from being productive, you can focus on restricting your use of that one problematic item. You can also do a social media detox. You can focus on restricting or even completely eliminating your social media use for a specific period of time. Now, those are a couple of different options to try. Obviously, you should find the one that you think you'll be able to stick with. So what else should you think about before going into a digital detox? Well, first, be realistic. Going cold turkey and completely giving up your devices may not work for you. Also, like I said earlier, your devices might be required for your work, or you might need to be in contact with schools or daycares. if you really can't give up your devices for a legitimate reason, then think about setting limits. Now, you can do this on an iPhone or iPad under screen time and on Android devices under digital well-being. You can set time limits for individual apps or groups of apps. I have my news app set to 15 minutes per day. I like to read the news first thing in the morning, but find that after a while, it just makes me irritable. So by setting a time limit, I can control that, and I'm also more selective with which articles I read because I know I only have a short amount of time. Now, I also have my social media apps, and I mean all of them collectively, set to a 1 hour time limit per day. I also have about 95% of my apps turn off between 10 p.m. and 6 a.m., which is also my do not disturb time because I should be sleeping. And this helps me limit the amount of time I spend on my phone. Now, another thing that you can do is to check your screen time. Sometimes it can be quite shocking just how much time we spend on our devices. So maybe instead of a full-on detox, you can see if you can decrease your screen time by a bit. Now, another great thing to do is turn off push notifications, and this will just make you so much happier anyway, right? We tend to grab our devices whenever a notification pops up on the screen, and usually it's nothing important. However, most of the time though, after we check the notification, we then start checking everything else. So you'll find that you'll reach for your devices less and therefore spend less time on them if you only grab them when you think about something specific that you want to look at. Now, you can also delete apps from your phone to reduce temptation and easy access, and you can always reinstall them, and most of the time all your information will still be there, I'm pretty sure. You might want to double check that first though. Don't take my word for it. But whatever you decide to do, make sure that it works for you. Some people find giving up their devices fairly easy. Others find it much more difficult and even anxiety provoking. If it doesn't work for you, you won't stick with it. I mentioned some of the things that I put in place. Some of them were difficult at first, but now they become part of my routine because they worked for me. Okay, so last couple of things to think about before we wrap up. First, let your friends and family know if you're going to do a full-on digital detox. This is beneficial for two reasons. First, you can ask for their help and support, which can make things easier for you. And second, they won't completely freak out if they can't get in touch with you. You don't want to turn your phone back on and find 40 voicemails and 100 text messages from people concerned about you. Just let them know that you won't be reachable or give them an alternative way of contacting you during that time. Next, find ways to stay distracted. Think of activities that don't require your devices, right? You can read, play games, try new recipes, tackle a project you've been putting off, go for a walk, visit friends or family members. Think of these things before you begin your detox so you have a plan in place. If you have nothing to do and get bored, you'll easily revert back to the habit of grabbing your phone, tablet, or a computer. Now, lastly, you can keep a journal to track your progress and write down your thoughts about the experience. This will not only give you something to do without a device, but it may give you some interesting insight into your relationship with your devices. Now, I hope you found this interesting, and hopefully it's given you something to think about. If you like this video, then please click the like button and share it with your friends. If you want to hear more of what I got to say, then subscribe and turn on notifications. Find out when new videos are coming out. And leave me some comments down below. Have you tried a digital detox? Are you interested? Can you not imagine going a day without your phone? Let me know your thoughts on that. So until we speak again, be well, be safe, and be kind to everybody.